Had a lot of movement at the wide receiver position this week. We have a lot of values opening up sub 4K. Who do you like the most? Some of the names that are going to be popular: Keelan Cole at 3,600 on DraftKings. We have Gabriel Davis at 3K on DraftKings, and Andy Isabella at the Stoneman as well, 3K on DraftKings.
Yeah, so personally, who I like the most out of that group specifically is Keelan Cole, although that may be an unpopular opinion. I think in this spot against the Browns, he will be featured as the Jaguars wide receiver 1, although it is with Mike Glennon, so there is some downside, especially since Mike Glennon is pretty trash, I want to say. And the Browns could just take the air out of the ball, run the ball 700 times in this spot. So there is some downside with Keelan Cole, but I like him as the number 1 option. And then how I would rank them after that would be Andy Isabella 2 for me, and then Gabriel Davis 3, and then Denzel Mims number 4, and then Laviska Shenault number 5.
All right. Yeah. I mean, so to me, Mims and Shenault are not quite as much in play as some other people seem to think they are, especially just that game environment for the Jets is a huge concern for me. And for the same reason, I'm not as bullish on Keelan Cole, although I would say that he probably has the best target projection of the group. But when we're in this range, I want a little bit more upside. I want them to be able to hit. And I think that Gabriel Davis gives you the best chance. In the 2 games that John Brown missed, he played on 95% and 100% of snaps. He didn't have a monster game, but the opportunity is there. And I just absolutely love everything about this Bills-Chargers game. So he's my favorite option at 3K. Andy Isabella to me is the stone worst. I know that DFS has this weird, unhealthy infatuation with Andy Isabella, and he's super athletic and all of this and that. But I mean, seriously, it took a world-altering pandemic to get this man some playing time and take Larry Fitzgerald off the field. No shot I play Andy Isabella in cash.
Yeah, but I don't think that is a measure of Andy Isabella's talent. It's just a measure of the situation that he's in. And Cliff Kingsbury just doesn't want to take Fitzgerald off the field. It's just that simple. I don't think it's because he's worse than Larry Fitzgerald. I think Cliff Kingsbury just has, a tremendous amount of respect for Fitzgerald, and he's going to put him out there as his slot wide receiver. But with Fitz out in this matchup against the Patriots, Andy Isabella should work the slot, which is the easiest matchup on the board in terms of cornerback matchups, as Gilmore will shadow DeAndre Hopkins, J.C. Jackson will be put on Christian Kirk, and then there's really nobody in the slot to cover Andy Isabella. So I think we see a good game out of Isabella against the Patriots, but I think Gabriel Davis is just as good of a play. He's going to be on the field a lot, like you said, 100% of the snaps, 95% of the snaps when John Brown was out a couple weeks ago. I personally prefer Andy Isabella, but you can't go wrong with Gabriel Davis.